regular arranca en 17 días. Estamos en muy cerca de la capital estadounidense, en donde ya se aprobó a principios de este mes de que se construye un nuevo estadio. El gobernador así lo anunció, pero en septiembre, creo que era el 19 de septiembre, no, el 17 de septiembre, viene.
Miles in the National Football. He was smiling a lot last year.
La pasión de la Liga MX está de vuelta en ESPN. Disfruta de toda la temporada de la Liga MX por las señales de ESPN y Disney Plus.
Acá estamos en directo desde Andover, Maryland, el estadio Northwest. Jayden Daniels, un año espectacular que tuvo la temporada pasada, estableciendo varias marcas. Novato ofensivo del año, estuvo en el Pro Bowl, estuvo séptimo en la votación hacia el premio como el jugador más valioso y sexto quarterback novato en alcanzar la final de conferencia. Está bien, pero hay que también estudiar los números, ¿no? Los otros 5 tuvieron a defensivas que estuvieron entre las 3 primeras, Pablo. La defensiva de Washington, medio mediocre, ¿no? Número 18 en puntos permitidos. O sea, Dani tuvo mucho mérito.
Y específicamente contra la carrera sufrió mucho la defensiva de los Commanders. Es un mal que se le presenta a las defensivas de Dan Quinn a la carrera.
La tercera peor. Hasta la 25, y aquí vendrá vendrá justamente Jayden Daniels, quarterbacks, ambos de LSU.
Los ganadores del Heisman.
También, claro.
Ahí están los números que decía Lalo, la campaña pasada, lo que presentó Jayden Daniels. Sobre todo vean el porcentaje, casi 70% de pases completos.
191 yardas terrestres, récord de la liga para un mariscal de campo en su primer año. En movimiento Divo Samuel, esta es el arma nueva que tienen, viene de San Francisco y lo que puede hacer Divo Samuel. Es receptor, es corredor, es ala cerrada, es un multiuso. No hay duda de que van a tratar de sacarle provecho a este hombre.
Sin duda. Utilizaban de esa forma ahí precisamente en San Francisco. Va a llegar a complementar ese cuerpo de receptores ya una vez que se incorpore McLaurin.
El suelo. Rodríguez. Recuerden que Robinson no ha firmado todavía. Está pidiendo también renegociación de contrato y tiene ya estadía en zona roja Washington.
Chris Rodríguez Jr. Una sexta ronda del 2023. Y qué buenos bloqueos. Vean, pum, el ala cerrada. Qué buen bloqueo el número 87. Magnífico.
Serán Rodríguez y Crosby Merritt los que llevarán la responsabilidad de ir por tierra. Otra vez van con él. Un par de yardas, no. Una yarda, está diciendo el oficial.
Rodríguez
Kingsbury, qué buen trabajo hizo el año pasado, ¿no? El coordinador ofensivo. Se hablaba, Pablo, por ahí el año pasado, antes de la pretemporada, se pudo haber ido a Chicago para estar con Kelly Williams. Algo vio él, algo sabía y dijo, no, mejor me voy a Washington. Daniels, mucho tiempo. El escurridizo y ahora a buscar el primer down y ¡touchdown! ¡Commanders! ¡14 yardas de Jayden Daniels!
Bueno, con qué facilidad logró superar la línea de golpeo. En menos de 2 minutos, 4 jugadas, 74 yardas. Así de explosiva se vio la ofensiva de los Commanders con el jet sweep de Divo Samuel, el acarreo de Rodríguez Jr. y luego lo cierran con esta jugada de Jayden Daniels.
punto. Pero el punto extra es bueno. Hizo lo que quiso realmente en esta jugada Jaden Daniels.
Vean el hueco, de inmediato sale de ahí. Bueno, después a la zona de anotación, el safety. En pretemporada el safety, porque le pudo haber dado un buen golpe.
Esto es NFL, con toda la acción de la pretemporada. Chicago Bears enfrentando a Pat Mahomes y los Kansas City Chiefs. En vivo desde Arrowhead. Esto es NFL. Este viernes en vivo, Bears, Chiefs, por ESPN y Disney Plus.
En ESPN, la duela más importante del mundo del básquetbol tiene nuevas monarcas. Vive la emoción de una nueva temporada WNBA por las señales de ESPN y Disney Plus.
Súbete a lo mejor del ATP Masters League. Vive la pasión del tenis. Vive los ATP Masters League por ESPN y Disney Plus.
Bombas, Ramos, Bombas, Keylor.
Y a Ramos, ¿cómo le ha ido? Él marcó 4 goles con el Fenerbahce y Chicharito lleva 2 en un año y medio con Chivas.
O sea, o lo que ocasiona todo esto es el América.
De visitante no meten un gol ni al arcoíris.
Fútbol picante por ESPN y Disney Plus.
Sports Center.
Acompáñanos esta tarde.
Mantente al día con toda la información.
Superada la lesión.
La final de la Stanley Cup.
Sin descenso.
El análisis.
Desde ahora.
No jugó Dak Prescott.
Y los grandes momentos deportivos en un solo lugar. Por ESPN en Disney Plus.
La temporada regular arranca en 17 días. Estamos muy cerca de la capital estadounidense, en donde ya se aprobó a principios de este mes de que se construye un nuevo estadio. El gobernador así lo anunció, pero en septiembre
Rodriguez, this little jaunt to the end zone by Jaden Daniels.
Well, we had General Manager Adam Peters in the booth, and he talked about how they're going to try to get the ball out of Daniels' hands quickly.
Here's a nice throw by Johnson for a first down catch. Hauled in by Jalen Lane, the rookie they like. Gain of 11.
They run the ball, as you said, the one pass play, and Jaden Daniels puts himself in harm's way. And fortunately, he can smile and laugh about it and get ready for the season opener.
I would like to think that we have returned to our regularly scheduled programming in August with backups, but who knows about Burrow. Here is the rookie, Krosky Merritt, touchdown Washington. And already a big night for the Commanders on the ground. 27-yard touchdown run by Ja'Cory Krosky Merritt. He goes by Bill.
Well, you see the pulling guard and tackle here. Chris Paul, he makes a nice kick-out block, opens up the lane because of, again, the block by tight end John Bates. Just an outstanding job, and that's a young rookie in Krosky Merritt that they are sure excited about.
One of the reasons why they are apparently shopping Brian Robinson. The Commanders right now are averaging just under 18 yards a carry. 6 rushes, 106 yards, 2 touchdowns, and a 7-point preseason game lead.
It's that time of year again. The real new year is almost here. Whether it's lunchtime with Lunchables after school with Kraft Mac and Cheese. Game day with Capri Sun. Or snack time with Jell-O. We're wishing you all a happy school year.
Sonic just made snack time official with $1 Snacky Hour. $1 corn dogs, $1 mozzarella sticks, and $1 soft pretzel twist every day from 2 to 5 p.m. Sonic Snacky Hour. Live free, eat Sonic.
Gatorade has the #1 proven electrolyte blend, designed to hydrate better than water. Made to rehydrate, replenish, and refuel, so you can lose more sweat and earn a place in history. Gatorade. Is it in you? Pickable.
Chase something.
Let's go.
More than just a flag. Chase a goal.
Push, he said, chase it, let's go.
Chase something. Chase rings. Chase gold.
Chase me.
Nah, chase me.
Chase all of it. It's all up for grabs now. NFL flag. Chase something.
Well, for the final week of the NFL preseason this Saturday, we'll have 5 out-of-market matchups available on the ESPN app for ESPN direct-to-consumer subscribers. For more game access information, go to ESPN.com. There's some fun stories during the preseason, and really for every team, obviously. And for the Commanders, it's Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt, a 7th-round pick from Arizona. They love him. He's been so good. He goes by Bill, by the way. I know his name is Ja'Cory, but he prefers Bill. And he just took it in on an impressive run, got great blocks. And his emergence, as I said, kind of going to break, is one of the reasons why they are supposedly shopping their starter, Brian Robinson. Here's Samaje Perine is to the 30, and that's it. Here's the touchdown run. He gets it. It's his first touchdown. He does his celebration. Now he's looking for the ball.
Yeah, Jaden got the ball and was able to get it, and here it is here. He gets the ball and he runs it out and hands it to him, and that'll be a keepsake for him. But yeah, like you said, Joe, Krosky-Merritt, really, I mean, you look at what he's done already in this ball game in the early part of it, along with Chris Rodriguez. I mean, that running back room is shaping up already here in this second game.
That toss, by the way, by Jaden Daniels was his first and only pass attempt of the night. And then Josh Johnson took him down, 7-point lead. As Taj Brooks has a nice carry on first down, gain of 6.
Well, Jake Browning, he comes in now and he takes over, or excuse me, no, Burrow, he's back in. I thought I saw that Browning was in, but Burrow, they're going to give him another shot.
Brooks out of the backfield, stumbling and then knocked to the ground. And a loss of 1 on the play.
Well,
made by Percy Butler.
Sorry, Joe. You come into a game like this, and for Dan Quinn, as we talked about, you're going to play your starters for the first time, at least some of them, but not all of them are getting a chance to play in this game. He still held out a number of guys, so the ones that he's going to be depending on when the season opens. But the start of this game for Washington, certainly on offense, but the last possession and now forcing another third down here, looking positive for this defense.
3rd down and 5, wide open Iosivas, and a first down for Cincinnati. Up to the 49 and a gain of 14 on 3rd down.
Well, Iosivas is such a big target, and he was a big red zone weapon for this group last year, and he wants to be more involved between the 20s, and a good route. And now that he's got another year under his belt working with Joe Burrow and within this offensive system, you know, he's hoping for even a more productive year than he had last year.
Brooks on the carry. Flag on the play. And it's a hold, so that's coming back.
Holding, number 64, offense. 10-yard penalty. Replay, first down.
Patrolling the Cincinnati side is Laura Rutledge. Laura.
Well, yeah, we've seen Joe Burrow out here with all of the second-string receivers. He wanted to get some reps with them. He felt like that was really important when it comes to his timing and rhythm, as you guys have talked about. And I will say, just watching him down here, as you might imagine, it's preseason, but he's frustrated with how things are going so far. We'll talk to him a little later and get more info on that.
On first down at 20, that is incomplete for Charlie Jones. Yeah, Laura talked about the frustration of Joe Burrow, and even throwing just one incompletion week one, as you talked about. I mean, he is just not a satisfiable guy. He wants better and better and better, and there's the difference game one to tonight.
Yeah, and you know, that was a tough throw that he was trying to make right there, but we did see it earlier on that opening possession to Tanner Hudson, and I think that, again, that's why I believe he was frustrated week one. Even though he completed 90% of his passes, just he wasn't quite as sharp with ball placement like you would come to expect from him.
Trying to find somewhere to go with it, and here we go again as he is dragged to the ground. Ball comes out, flag on the play, and looks like a horse collar. Burrow's back up, and that was Ted Karras who ended up on the ball. It looked like Dietrich Wise got his hand into the pads of Burrow as the officials talk it over.
Personal foul, horse collar tackle, number 91 of the defense. The quarterback was outside the pocket. 15-yard penalty. Automatic first down.
It's a good call and a first down for Cincinnati, and again, all they care about is that Burrow didn't get hurt.
No doubt, and you're right. It is a good call. They got Orlando Brown out there at left tackle. They don't help these tackles a whole lot. Dietrich Wise, another one of those guys who they're counting on a lot. This year, they brought in, was with New England last year, and he's able to get home, but you know, the pressure that Burrow has already felt. Now, that was on the outside. Last year, a lot of the issues that they had were on the inside. It's why they went out, as you mentioned, and drafted Dylan Fairchild. But he's been under some pressure here this evening.
He's protected here and ends up just having to throw it away. Second and 10.
Mentioned the offensive line and what they've tried to do. You know, this is an offense with Zach Taylor that they don't run a lot of play action. They don't run many screens, and so it's typically Joe Burrow in the shotgun, and that puts an awful lot of pressure on those five guys up front. And they brought in Fairchild, drafted him in the third round. They signed Lucas Patrick to move in at right guard, and hoping that they can be better. But this pass rush for Washington has been pretty good.
Here's Brooks. They've now got the rookie Jalen Rivers in at right guard. They've had Cody Ford, who bounces all over the place on this offensive line for Cincinnati, so they're still piecing some of those spots with regard to the frontline starters. Who's going to back up? You think Cody Ford, who was a swing tackle last year and made starts on the outside. Orlando Brown Jr. missed 6 games with a knee injury last year. Cody Ford ended up there. It's third down and 7. Their best lineman is the man in the middle with the ball in his right hand, Ted Karras. On third down, blitz, pass caught. That's Hudson. And a nice strong tackle by Jeremy Reeves, who's played really well. He's been a Pro Bowler as a special teams player, Reeves. But they're working him more and more into 3 safety packages, and that stop brings up fourth down, and again, the Bengals will go for it.
Yeah, he's been impressive. He runs well, he's physical, and Dan Quinn, historically, wherever he has been, he likes using the 3 safety package. Hudson picks up that first down if Reeves isn't able to make that open field tackle. So continuing to play well after what he's been able to show in training camp.
Does the drive continue? Jones, the answer is yes. Pinballing off tacklers and down at the 26. Charlie Jones with a 13-yard gain. Injuries have slowed this guy down, but when he's been healthy, they like him a lot.
No doubt. Yeah, he's been a good player, and he did some good things this past week, getting his opportunities. But again, I mean, if you're one of these players outside of Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, Mike Gesicki, Yosevich, it really, once you get past Jamar Chase and T. Higgins, it's hard to get the football in this offense with the confidence that Joe Burrow has in his wide receivers.
Half a minute to go, opening quarter here in Landover. Taj Brooks, nice adjustment on that ball that was behind him. And the clock will continue to wind as we go toward the end of the quarter. A 4-yard pickup by the rookie Brooks from Texas Tech.
Well, I think that shows you what I was talking about earlier, just his ability to come out of the backfield and catch the football. Ball that was behind him as he was running to the sidelines made it look pretty effortless.
They're trying to get a free 5 yards with an offside before the end of the quarter, and this time the Commanders do not jump. Well, that was a fun first quarter. Two teams trading touchdowns on their first possessions of the game. And then the rookie took it in. 14-7 after one in Landover on a Monday night.
It is time for football.
Stream your favorite show. Chat with Mom. But for a child born with a cleft little as 45 minutes and transforms a life forever. Scan or go online today.
What's your plan, huh? Do you have one? Talking about what is your plan for a reliable source of power when the next emergency strikes? Well, check this out. It's called the Patriot Power Generator 2500, and right now it's $500 off at 4 Patriots. See, they took a page out of the military's playbook for portable solar power, and now we get to use it in our own homes. What's even better is that this solar generator can power critical appliances like your fridge, your microwave, and your CPAP machine, so that you're prepared for whatever emergency strikes next. Go to 4patriots.com now and save $500.
Ever had a great idea for a t-shirt but didn't know how to actually make it real? Then DTF from Ninja Transfers are for you. Ninja Transfers helps you print on virtually any apparel with direct-to-film transfers.
Ninja Transfers are so easy to learn, you'll be a master in no time. Plus, Ninja Transfers can be applied to many types of apparel, including shirts, hoodies, hats, bags, and more. Any product, any color, any material. We make it so easy with three.
Cincinnati's ball trying to even things up. Second down as we start the quarter. Third drive for Joe Burrow. Got a touchdown, a punt. And Joey started this game 7 for 12. Joe Buck, Troy Aikman, some Soldiers, Rutledge, riding with us tonight. Lionel's night is finished, yes. Not yet. They got Noah Fant, the tight end. That tight end room, there's a lot of bodies in there and some good players. He's one of them they picked up in training camp. Got his opportunity. Second down and 6. Burrow, quick setup and throw. There is a catch by Yosevich. And he spins down near the 10. A gain of 12. Well, with T. Higgins and Jamar Chase rested on the sidelines, Yosevich now becomes his go-to guy on this drive, and he's been able to feed him the football. And I mentioned the tight end room, and this was a team under Zach Taylor really was heavy 3 wide receivers. That's pretty much what they ran. With very little 2 tight end stuff. Last year they ran a lot more 2 tight ends. They lost Tyler Boyd, their slot receiver, and then Mike Gesicki essentially became Burrow's third target. And Boyd,
indication is it's against the Commanders.
Holding defense, number 91, 5-yard penalty, automatic first down.
It's Dietrich Wise who gets his second penalty of this possession.
I think the way this Washington team is flying around the football, overall, I know they get the hold there, but they have really come up and been able to make some tackles. And as we talked about, Joe, this offseason, that was an area that they desperately had to address. You look at Von Miller, and they lost Dante Fowler, last year's sack leader, signed with Dallas, and they bring in Von Miller, who's going to be a pass rush specialist, and he still has something left in the tank at 36 years old.
Burrow, end zone, somehow to Jones for the touchdown. Good throw, good catch, 4-yard touchdown throw, and we're an extra point away from the tie game again.
I mean, that's about as good as it gets, and that's the things that Joe Burrow can do with the football. I talk about ball placement and how he hasn't quite been himself last week and the early part of this game tonight, but he has to get it over a defender and then put it in the right place in order to be able to complete that pass, and just an outstanding job of laying it out there.
If that is the end of the night for Joe Burrow, and we're tied, he will walk away having completed his last 5 passes. And he did it with the backups in there. Yosivas, a big part of it. And Charlie Jones, who had 1 catch last year into the end zone. T. Higgins loves it. Tied at 14.
Ever feel like no matter what you've got, someone's got more? And someone's got more than that. More to spend, more places to go. And just when you think there couldn't possibly be any more and more, you realize there's more to life than more. You're richer than you think. Scotiabank.
I've been a Mazda owner for over 30 years now. The Mazda CX-30 fit perfect into my lifestyle. My wife and I go out to the mountains on camping trips on a regular basis. You get snow on the highways. With the all-wheel drive and the safety features, I feel like it's going to keep me safe on the road. I keep going back to Mazda for the relationship, the reputation, and the trust. The brand speaks for itself.
Find out why. Nothing moves you like Mazda.
Life's more fun when you're all dressed up.
Tell them, Shania. Fries, all dressed up. Pies, all dressed up. Your meal, all dressed up.
Tell them Shania sent you.
Hi. Now we're comfortable, let's talk urine leakage. Tena Men absorbent protectors are designed for men. Slips discreetly into my underwear. You'd never know.
Tena Men. And they protect like Tena.
Purina One. We switched and wow. From day one, its proven natural nutrition supports Charlie's strong immune system and Ginger's healthy heart.
Healthy differences today and for a lifetime. Purina One, a difference from day one.
From the U.S. Capitol building to Landover, Maryland, and a check-in with Lisa Salters. Lisa.
Yeah, Joe, well, there's been a lot of speculation in the last 48 hours about running back Brian Robinson potentially being traded. The Commanders have not confirmed that, but the fact that Brian Robinson is inactive tonight, not here at the stadium, likely signals that the team is looking to move him. I talked to Robinson last week before those trade rumors started to circulate, and he was talking about looking forward to proving doubters wrong. He was saying that he was feeling doubted because of the injuries he's had to deal with since coming into the league and not being as available as he would have liked. So he said the biggest thing he was looking forward to this season, just being available to the team. He now feels 100%. He said he feels like he has wings that he can fly. Unfortunately, it doesn't look like he'll be getting that chance here in Washington.
Yeah, he'll be somewhere for sure, but it doesn't look like he will be a Commander when the regular season kicks in. Kaz Allen on the return, a 23-yard return. Here are the running backs currently on the roster. The guy at the bottom is the 7th-round pick who has looked good not just tonight but during camp. Robinson at the top of the list. You saw Austin Eckler a moment ago on the sideline. They like McNichols. They like Rodriguez, Felton, and Kaz Allen. They've got a lot of options And with those options comes the ability to move Robinson if they can.
Yeah, even when you get past Brian Robinson, they've got 4 guys right there that they feel pretty good about. Solid backs. They all bring something a little bit different to the offense.
This is Rodriguez.
And this is the guy right here. Well, here's Bill Krosky Merritt and what he was able to do on that touchdown run. And this was on the heels of a big run by Chris Rodriguez. But they wanted to get another look at him and see what he was able to do last week in that first preseason game. You know, he did some really good things too. He had not played all of 24 since the opener because of an eligibility issue.
Here is a snap that Johnson can't corral, and just back on top of it to avoid the turnover. It'll make it a 3rd down and about 9. That was a loss of 8.
Yeah, you see the snap, and Biotish is out of there, and this is what starts to happen. You look around the league, and first of all, they were without 3 of their starters coming in, you know, to this game, or at least with Sam Cosme, who was going to be out as the projected guy at right guard as well. And when you get into the backups in preseason, it makes it tough on a lot of people trying to execute the offense.
Julian Good-Jones is in at center. They got him off the Eagles practice squad a couple of years ago. Nice throw, nice catch. As Jalen Lane has made a couple in this game, and the rookie gets 16.
Well, Jalen Lane is this young wide receiver, 3rd-round pick out of Virginia Tech, and this is an outstanding route. And one of the reasons he's able to create that separation is because of the speed that he has. This guy can absolutely fly, and those intermediate routes like that, he should be able to create some separation.
Setting up a screen. Catch is made by McNichols, and the tackle immediately by Braylon Lux. A gain of 3. Here's Jalen Lane, so they believe he will be their punt returner. And he's a guy who can play in the slot. He's got the quickness. They've used him on the outside, trying to find some depth behind their top 2 guys, Deebo Samuel and Terry McLaurin, when he comes in. There's numbers at Virginia Tech. On 2nd down, handoff is to Rodriguez. He's looked good. 1st down, Washington. You know, Troy, they talk about being able to protect Jaden Daniels better. One way to protect the quarterback is to be able to run the ball the way they're doing tonight.
Absolutely, and you take Jaden Daniels' runs out of last year's rushing totals, and they were kind of middle of the road, but the holes that they have had to run through in this ball game have been impressive. Chris Rodriguez, you know, he's one of those guys. He would be the 4th back in that room, and both he and Krosky Merritt have looked really good in this game.
Good protection, and the pass is caught to the 35-yard line. A gain of about 9 as KJ Osborne, the former Minnesota Viking, makes the grab.
You know, I liked KJ Osborne when he was with the Vikings and the things that he's able to do and work the middle of the field. And, you know, they're trying to figure out what this wide receiver room is going to look like. We talked about it coming in. They don't have Terry McLaurin. Can't imagine the Commanders doing what they did a year ago without him. And they've had a hard time getting guys on the field to play.
Rodriguez gets the 1st down.
You know, you consider it Noah Brown coming into camp, and if he were healthy, he would be the number 3 guy. McLaurin would be 1, Deebo would be 2. But Noah, he's been banged up. McLaurin hasn't been practicing, and Deebo's really kind of been the only guy that they're depending on coming into the year.
McLaurin has been through 4 coaches, 13 different quarterbacks in his time. And he's got 5 straight 1,000-yard receiving seasons. He's been as consistent a player and a leader in that locker room to the point where, you know, from the outside, the guys that we talk to getting ready for games, he's one of the favorite guys that we talk to, and you just have to buy. The organization knows that something is going to get done here, and you would imagine it would happen soon.
Yeah, and the good news is he knows the offense, and, you know, he's worked with Jaden Daniels, and Jaden especially wants to see him here. And, you know, for a guy who's done as much as he has done and played with as many quarterbacks, he finally has his guy. I hope they get it worked out soon.
Johnson, deep shot, and picked. Intercepted by Cincinnati and Tyson Anderson, one of the backup safeties, who has a moment here tonight. The overthrow, and Anderson, who has an opportunity on the back end with the Bengals, gets the pick. Cincinnati takes over, tie game.
Hey, Canada! Since 1995, Montana's has been home to all-you-can-eat ribs. Rib Fest is back all day, every day. Why not pair it with a $4.99 Coors Light and dine in for a chance at $1 million? Only at Montana's, Canada's home for barbecue.
At Wayfair, ordering in delivers all the style.
What are we craving? Something Italian?
Ooh, you read my mind. Italian will pair great with this bold red. What are you in the mood for tonight?
Taking something light.
Couldn't agree more.
Oh.
It's here. Oh, that was fast. And delivery was free.
Wayfair, every style, every home.
Red Bull gives you wings.
Hello, Intact Insurance.
I hit the gas instead of the brake, and I drove into my garage door.
Bring us your car and we'll take care of it.
The insurer that offers its clients the largest auto service center network in the country.
I really appreciate your help.
That's Intact.
Sometimes a cold gets in the way of a good night's sleep. That's why there's Vicks Vapo Rub Advanced. The soothing vapors relieve his cough and nasal congestion to help him sleep. Vicks Vapo Rub Advanced. Good night colds.
Canadians like to pack a lot into summer, kind of like a Harvey's seasoned chicken wrap. Packed with your choice of grilled, buffalo, or crispy chicken, and topped just the way you like. Pack Harvey's wraps into your summer.
Here's a look at that interception. They're trying to get the ball here to Jalen Lane, who's going on the corner route. But Tyson Anderson, the middle safety, he's just reading Josh Johnson. He's going over the top the entire way, and Johnson has no idea where he was. Yeah, that's just that's 101 for a 16-year veteran. Just totally lost sight of what the safety was doing, and you won't get an easier interception for Tyson Anderson, who has been battling as well, trying to show what he's able to do with Geno Stone out with a hamstring injury.
14-14 game. Jake Browning now takes over for Joe Burrow, so Bengal fans can exhale. Burrow's done for the night. And Browning, who played in 3 games last year, didn't throw a pass, was good a couple of years ago, getting a chance to start. Hands to Taj Brooks, and we go down to Lisa with Jaden Daniels.
Thank you, Joe. Jaden, those were your first live reps of the preseason, of this new season. Just what felt good to you?
It just felt good to get out there and get in the flow of things. 4 plays. I wish I'd have played a little longer, but it was fun.
Why didn't you go down?
I wanted to score.
You know, everybody in the building held their breath on that, though, right?
Yeah, but then after, everybody cheered, so it was a win-win situation.
You almost gave the guys in the booth a heart attack. But you've said that this offseason for you was about self-scouting. When you went back and looked at the tape of yourself, just what did you see that you wanted to improve?
Yeah, I think what I learned from what I learned from guys like him and stuff like that, you always try to find little ways to improve. So I was going back.
I see Bobby Wagner sneaking up over here, so I'm a little nervous about something potentially going down. Okay, he's gone away. Your own self-scout, what did you see?
Yeah, I mean, just trying to clean up some footwork things. Another year in the system helped out a lot, so I was super happy about keeping Cliff. And now the game kind of slowed down a little bit more for me.
Your teammates love you. You went out of your way to get that ball for Bill. Why did you do that?
It was his first one. I remember my first one. Terry and Zach, they made sure I got my first one, so it was only right. He was too excited. You know, he scored, so I had to go get the ball for him.
And you mentioned Terry McLaurin. Just how frustrating has it been to not have him out here?
I know he'll be coming through the door soon. I just got to do what I got to do daily. I know he's working hard, and hopefully moving forward soon, we can get back out there and get some reps going.
In the meantime, what have you liked about getting to know Deebo Samuel a little bit?
I mean, y'all seen it the first play of the game. Just the electricity he brings, and, you know, he kind of set the tone for us moving forward. He's just a good player in this league.
The expectations so high surrounding this team this season. You're not going to be surprising anybody anymore. Just what are your own goals, your own expectations for this season, Jaden?
Yeah, I think for us is how can we be better each and every day as a team. Ultimately in this game, all 32 teams in this league are competing for championships. So I think that's kind of just the goal, is to compete for a championship. But, you know, you got to take the daily steps to get there.
We know about Terry. We know about Devo, what he brings. What about the rookie, Jalen Lane? What have you seen from him?
Man, he gets better each and every day. Smart kid. He is willing to learn, and he's out here making some plays, so I'm happy for him.
Got a wealth of weapons. How good can this offense be?
I guess we got to see come week 1.
All right, good luck to you the rest of the season. Guys.
Lisa, thank you. He's 24 years old. He comes off older than that. He is the leader with
that interaction with Bobby Wagner and Jaden Daniels right then during that interview really shows the family and the togetherness and how close that team is. For a 14-year veteran to be interacting like that with his franchise quarterback in his second year, pretty obvious that Jaden Daniels is the leader of this team and has been a great teammate and has really galvanized the entire group.
Yeah, you see the resume. The other rookie quarterbacks to get to the conference championship, Brock Purdy, Mark Sanchez, Joe Flacco, Big Ben, Sean King, none of them were the team engine, I would say, that Jaden Daniels was. I think all those quarterbacks were young. They were outstanding, but there was a lot more going on. Jaden Daniels had it on him, and he's the guy that led them to the championship game.
Yeah, didn't necessarily have a great running game overall without his running, and didn't have this dominant defense.
Here's Brooks cutting back. Taj Brooks gets a block and a big run. Nice carry by the rookie Brooks. Igbenogany forces him out, but a 14-yard gain. And a nice job blocking out there on the edge.
Yeah, some really good blocking once he reverses field and comes back the other way. Isaiah Williams, 18 wide receiver. There's a big block right there at the edge. And Isaiah Williams at wide receiver. Andrew Coker, the tackle who cleaned somebody out that helped spring him. A lot of times you reverse field. Barry Sanders could do it, but not many can.
Here's Browning airing it out for Jones, and he can't stay in bounds.
You know, I'll follow up on Jaden Daniels in that year last year, Joe. Two things impressed me about his year. One was when you have a rookie quarterback, usually you're going to turn the ball over a lot. And yet he protected the football. They were top 10 in terms of not turning the ball over, which really helped them. The defense wasn't creating a lot of takeaways either, so they would have been in a lot of hurt had they been turning the ball over. And then as he went through the year, he got so good at getting through his progressions and not having to rely on the first guy like so many young quarterbacks do. He really developed as the year went along.
Here's Brooks trying to show a little bit more between the tackles this time, and Taj gets a couple. While we were talking to Jaden Daniels, I don't want to short Mitchell Tinsley. Mitch, who's a receiver they like, they're a little bit stuck with numbers, but he made a nice catch and picked up a first down, and then another one to Charlie Jones, and seen some good stuff here last few plays from Jake Browning.
Yeah, and for a lot of these guys, even though there may not be a place on this team, all these scouts around the league are watching the film, and so whatever they put out there, there's 31 other teams that are taking a look, and you know, so you're showcasing what you can do for the entire league.
Browning has to slide, able to find his tight end, I believe, Hudson. And Hudson is able to fight for a first down. What a good play. Made 19 catches last year, and that was all effort to get a fresh set.
Yeah, really nice job, Jake Browning, get outside the pocket. And Tanner Hudson, who's gotten a lot of opportunities in this game, just fighting his way and helping pick up the first down. And what a luxury Cincinnati has with Jake Browning. A couple of years ago, his rookie year with Joe Burrow going down and Browning having to step in, and you know, he had 7 starts that rookie year, went 4-3, and at least gave him a chance. But to have a backup that knows his role and has won some games in the league is big.
Brooks gets a couple. Threw for 1,900 yards that year, 12 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. And so they are set at the backup quarterback position. They also have Desmond Ridder on this roster and a rookie Peyton Thorne, and we are going to see Desmond Ridder before the end of the night.
We'll get a chance to look at him. Now, last year, the Bengals only kept 2 quarterbacks. So it's Jake Browning as the backup, and unless they make the change and go with 3, that's what it'll look like going into the year.
Tight end Cam Grandy with the catch. And third down coming up.
You know, I watched Browning last week, and as you mentioned, didn't get much time last year. And again, going back to playing in these preseason games, especially when you've been able to play and have some starts and you're wanting to showcase what you can do and you're competitive, and you know, you're in there with a lot of young players, and it can look pretty ugly for a quarterback.
They threw a flag, they picked it up. And so third down coming up for Browning. Grandy made that catch. He is one of 6 tight ends they have. And all 6 have a chance in their own way to make a case for making this roster. And we talked about them adding former first-round pick Noah Fant here recently, and they're going to use him a lot. Third down and 6. I think that's a false start.
Yeah, it was Jake Browning being a third-year veteran. He was trying to draw off Washington.
False start. Number 79 offense. 5-yard penalty. Third down.
He was trying to draw off the defense, which was smart on his part here on third down, seeing if maybe he could pick up an easy 5 and make it even a shorter third down. But instead he drew his own guy, Andrew Coker.
And that will bring us to the 2-minute warning here in Landover. Been a fun game. 14-14 is the score. Some individual highlights in this one. Here on the 18th of August on Monday Night Football.
Jason Kelsey and these NFL fans are going wild. That's because NFL Sunday Ticket and YouTube TV gives you every game every Sunday all in one place. High stakes, incredible plays, non-stop action, unforgettable moments, all your favorite teams. Right in your living room, which is about to get real wild in there. NFL Sunday Ticket and YouTube TV, every game, every Sunday.
Makes us worry more. I want my childhood back.
Protect their childhood with Gab. Kids safe phones and watches with no internet, no social media, and no worries. Gab, safely connected.
With 4imprint, you get more than promo products. You get the certainty of personal service, design expertise, and unmatched quality to make your moment shine. Be 4imprint certain at 4imprint.com.
4imprint for certain.
Whether it's care before or after school, or a sitter for date night, you don't have to hire just anyone. You can find a background-checked caregiver who's the right fit for you. Join now and find care at care.com.
With Stamps.com, you can print stamps and shipping labels whenever, wherever. So you save time and money and skip waiting in lines. Start your risk-free trial today at Stamps.com.
If you're an executive, this shirt is a must-have in your closet.
I was tired of floppy collars and shirts with sweat stains, so I got this shirt I saw on TV, and now I don't have to worry about any of that. I got it shipped in no time, and I switched from regular polos to this immediately. The brand is called Collars & Co. They make a regular stretchy golf shirt, but the top has a firm...
He had 7 starts. That rookie year went 4-3 and at least gave him a chance, but to have a backup that knows his role and has won some games in the league is big.
Brooks gets a couple. Threw for 1,900 yards that year, 12 touchdowns, 7 interceptions. And so they are set at the backup quarterback position. They also have Desmond Ridder on this roster and a rookie Peyton Thorne, and we are going to see Desmond Ridder before the end of the night.
We'll get a chance to look at him. Now, last year, the Bengals only kept 2 quarterbacks. So it's Jake Browning as the backup, and unless they make the change and go with 3, that's what it'll look like going into the year.
Tight end Cam Grandy with the catch. And 3rd down coming up.
You know, I watched Browning last week, and as you mentioned, didn't get much time last year. And again, going back to playing in these preseason games, especially when you've been able to play and have some starts and you're wanting to showcase what you can do and you're competitive, and you know you're in there with a lot of young players, and it can look pretty ugly for a quarterback.
3rd down.
They threw a flag, they picked it up, and so 3rd down coming up for Browning. Grandy made that catch. He is one of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 tight ends they have, and all 6 have a chance in their own way to make a case for making this roster. And we talked about them adding former 1st-round pick Noah Fant here recently, and they're going to use him a lot. 3rd down and 6. I think that's a false start.
Yeah, it was Jake Browning being a 3rd-year veteran. He was trying to draw off Washington.
False start. Number 79 offense. 5-yard penalty. 3rd down.
He was trying to draw off the defense, which was smart on his part here on 3rd down, seeing if maybe he could pick up an easy 5 and make it even a shorter 3rd down. But instead, he drew his own guy, Andrew Coker.
And that will bring us to the 2-minute warning here in Landover. Been a fun game. 14-14 is the score. Some individual highlights in this one. Here on the 18th of August on Monday Night Football.
Jason Kelce and these NFL fans are going wild. That's because NFL Sunday Ticket and YouTube TV gives you every game every Sunday all in one place. High stakes. Incredible plays, non-stop action, unforgettable moments, all your favorite teams, right in your living room, which is about to get real wild in there. NFL Sunday Ticket and YouTube TV, every game, every Sunday.
Makes us worry more. I want my childhood back.
Protect their childhood with Gab. Kids-safe phones and watches with no internet, no social media, and no worries. Gab, safely connected.
With 4imprint, you get more than promo products. You get the certainty of personal service, design expertise, and unmatched quality to make your moment shine. Be 4imprint certain at 4imprint.com.
4imprint for certain.
Whether it's care before or after school, or a sitter for date night, you don't have to hire just anyone. You can find a background-checked caregiver who's the right fit for you. Join now and find care at care.com.
With Stamps.com, you can print stamps and shipping labels whenever, wherever. So you save time and money and skip waiting in lines. Start your risk-free trial today at Stamps.com.
If you're an executive, this shirt is a must-have in your closet.
I was tired of floppy collars and shirts with sweat stains, so I got this shirt I saw on TV, and now I don't have to worry about any of that. I got it shipped in no time, and I switched from regular polos to this immediately. The brand is called Collars & Co. They make a regular stretchy golf shirt, but the top has a firm...
And that's it.
You know, you think going into a game like that or into a season for Caleb Williams that Ben Johnson is going to bring some things that are going to help him. One is a run game. 2 is the play-action game, and getting guys to be able to create some separation, and that was all on display. Now, can it continue? It's going to look a lot different for Caleb Williams going up against that Brian Flores defense for Minnesota week 1. But on the flip side of that game, J.J. McCarthy, not all first starts are created equal. And for him in his second year and an entire offseason and having learned the offense a year ago and all that goes with that, knowing how to be a pro, it's going to look a lot different this year than it might have last year.
This is, well, they haven't blown it dead. Now they do. It looked like an incomplete pass, but they're going to let him play on as it is returned for a touchdown for the moment. Cam Arnold is into the end zone with a ball.
Rolling on the field, quarterback lost possession before his passing arm came forward.
Let's see.
Fumble was recovered by the defense in advance.
Well, Russell Yerk is alongside, and Russell Yerk, tell us what you see. That's awfully close to an incomplete pass.
It is. I see some control of that ball as the hand starts forward. To me, that's an incomplete pass, and I would expect them to review and reverse this.
They appropriately let the
previous play is under review.
We're inside 2 minutes, so it's under review. But there, that ball's still in his hand after it gets tipped, and he's able to go forward with it.
Yeah, correct. He's got control, even if it's with some fingers and
after
the thumb. He has
replay
control.
review, it's an incomplete pass. Second down.
Cleveland Farrell is the one who got in there for Washington. Great job with that expedited look. And they got the call right.
Please reset the game clock to 119. 119.
Yeah, well done by the officials. Well done by you too, Russell. I mean, you're unlike me. I'll speak for myself. You're mid-season.
Preseason for everybody, Troy. Preseason.
Second down and 10 as the Bengals offense comes back out there as they set up at the 40 in this tie game with 1:19 to go. Pressure. Browning got hit, delivered a strike, and there again is Mitch Tinsley. He's a big target, 6'1", 205, second-year pro out of Penn State. And that's good for 23.
This is an outstanding job by Jake Browning. He feels pressure. He knows he's going to get hit. He has to lay it out there for Tinsley to have a chance, and he did perfectly.
Backpedaling, and that ball, did he catch that?
He did.
Unbelievable. Tinsley with a one-handed grab. He tipped it to himself and going to the ground, able to secure it for the catch. That's back-to-back plays. Jacob Martin.
Cincinnati. 30-second timeout.
What a catch. That's back-to-back plays. Jacob Martin has had pressure for Washington. Watch this.
It's a great job by him just staying with it. Again, with pressure, he just has to kind of unload it and just give him an opportunity. And he comes back, and 2 nice plays now on the football by Tinsley. Trying to make a case.
Timeout is taken before a 2nd down and 6 by the Bengals. They're down to 1. They're not going to look at that catch. 48 seconds left in the half. Browning's made some nice throws. Floated to the sideline and incomplete for Hudson. And now 3rd and 6.
Well, I mentioned it for Jake Browning. You're rolling a lot of guys in up front, and we've seen him having to throw the football, knowing he's going to take some hits, having to anticipate with a group of receivers that he doesn't have a whole lot of time with. And even that last throw, he's got a pocket that's pushed back into his lap. And I spent a lot of preseason games watching Jason Garrett battle through some tough situations with a lot of young players trying to compete and do the best that he could. Not easy.
Jason will be texting you soon. 3rd down and 6. Perfect throw and a catch by Kendrick Pryor. And Browning could not have dropped it in there any better. 20 yards and into the red zone go the Bengals.
So really nice route against this 2-deep look and knowing exactly where the hole was within that zone coverage. Right in behind the corner, and Browning, yeah, he's just showing some of the savvy that he has as a 3rd-year player now in the league at quarterback. But a nice job also by Pryor, kind of slowing it down a little bit, knowing that he was in the hole and don't get away from it and make it a more difficult throw for your quarterback.
On 1st down, end zone, Tinsley with a spinning catch. And I'll say he is opening up some eyes.
He sure is. He certainly is, because he's already made a couple tough catches, and this one was the best of the bunch. The ball it's perfectly thrown by Browning. He's got to have great body control, strong hands to be able to come back to that on that outside shoulder throw, and he makes a heck of a play.
Well, you ask Zach Taylor, head coach of the Bengals, Jamar Chase loving it, who has stood out to him among the backup receivers, and the first name he said was Mitch Tinsley.
Yeah, this guy, he's showing that he can play in the National Football League tonight.
4 targets, 4 catches, 52 yards, and that spinning touchdown to put Cincinnati on top. And Browning, terrific.
Yeah, that wasn't easy for him. I mean, he was under a lot of duress on a lot of those throws. Here's a better look at that route. You know, it's just a simple fade with a press corner down here in the red zone. And, you know, you've got a defender who's on top. You recognize it, able to throw it on that outside shoulder. But being able to make that kind of move, of course, he's been watching it all training camp with 2 of the best in Jamar Chase and T. Higgins. Well, that's a great job. Good night by Tinsley.
We will hear from Joe Burrow in the 3rd quarter. He was involved in 3 possessions tonight. Led the team on touchdown drives of 58 yards and 70 yards. Took some hits. Comes out of this unscathed. And with 34 seconds left, McPherson will kick it away for Cincinnati. And he drives Kaz Allen into the end zone. Allen up to the 25. Here is one of the touchdown drives by Joe Burrow tonight.
Yeah, this is pretty good. When they opened up, they got it to Yossi Vosh, and they come back to Charlie Jones, and Yossi Vosh once again. And then they're able to get the touchdown on what was really Joe Burrow's best throw of the night.
So week 1, 9 of 10 against the Eagles. Tonight, 9 of 14, but ended his night completing his last 5 passes. Picked! Intercepted by Cincinnati. And Barrett Carter, a linebacker who they think is a steal from the draft. 4th round pick from Clemson. A return of 13 yards. And the interception sets up Cincinnati with 20 seconds left in the half. What a moment for the rookie.
This is so good by him. He has to carry the middle of the field. And so he turns, recognizes pass. He's staying on top. But once his receiver pulls up, he puts his foot in the ground and comes back to the football. This was a position as a group that they had to improve. They just were not as solid as they needed to be or what they had been in the past. Logan Wilson, who had been battling through an injury last year, they make 2 draft picks in Demetrius Knight and Barrett Carter. And Carter has really been impressive. Both of them have really up to this point. But Carter does an outstanding job. And that really is his strength. Going back to Clemson was his ability to play coverage. He was textbook on that play.
Under 20 to go. End zone shot. Tinsley, come on. Did he catch it? Touchdown is the call. Have a night, Mitchell Tinsley.
Well, if you're Washington, Joe, this was a young man in Mitchell Tinsley who began his career with the Washington Commanders. And he goes up and makes a play. Another one. He has definitely shown that he's going to be on a roster this year. If it's not in Cincinnati, it'll be somewhere else. But if you're Washington right now watching this guy, you'd say, boy, we could sure use him right now with the Terry McLaurin situation.
Again, he is 6'1", 205, so he's a big target. And Browning to Tinsley on consecutive offensive plays. This one after the interception by the rookie Barrett Carter. And The young quarterback in his second year, Sam Hartman, has had a rough night.
Boy, I mean, the ball placement there was as good as it gets again, but Tinsley's got to go up there and make a play on that. And he's going up against a guy who's 6'2", 200 pounds, and he goes up over the top and makes another nice catch. Not an easy play either.
Here's the one that he just had a moment ago, that spinning grab. Again, great ball placement, and Tinsley able to secure it going to the ground.
Well, when you have guys down here in the red zone that are able to go up and make plays on the football like Tinsley has shown now twice, those are hard guys to see walk.
I mean, again, his head coach mentioned him by name, so this is not out of nowhere for Mitch Tinsley, but I mean, they are stacked on the outside in Cincinnati. Look at Browning, 10 of 14, and he was under pressure, as you said. It was not clean pocket after clean pocket. He made some throws.
Tell Browning's been making throws to Tinsley in practice.
Yep.
Been his go-to guy.
Kaz Allen gets flipped. Bengals have put up 14 points in the last 20 seconds. Kaz Allen for 31 yards as Marco Wilson comes in and hits him low. And up and over he goes. Giving our new director, Artie Kemner, is giving that a 9.5. Steve Ackles in the truck. Joyo, our technical director. We've brought back so many people who help us with stats and numbers and support every week, and it's good to have everybody back together. Well, Hartman takes the knee, and that'll do it for the first half. And in a blink, this went from a 14-14 game to 28-14, and night of a lifetime for Mitchell Tinsley. Let's go down to Lisa.
Dan, Jaden said he wishes he could have gotten more than 4 plays, but why were 4 plays enough for you?
Yeah, he was itching for more. There's no doubt about it. He's had an excellent camp, and I wanted to get the game experience in to get going. But we really also were digging in at a lot of spots. I'm pleased with how we're running the ball. We've got to take care of it better and create some takeaways defensively, but that was the reason.
On the other side of the ball, I know you've got a lot of guys who aren't playing tonight, but I also know you don't care about that.
That's
Just
correct.
what has concerned you about your defense, especially on those last 2 touchdowns?
Yeah, number one, I want to make sure we're tackling well, top of the pile. And then past that, I want to make sure our communication's on point, and that's really challenge people. We're at our best when we're down and challenging in the pass game. They've got a good passing offense, but we've got to challenge more in the second half.
All right, thank you, Coach. Thank you.
Lisa, thank you. From owner Josh Harris to general manager Adam Peters to head coach Dan Quinn in his second year, they are in good position here in Landover with the Washington Commanders. 14-point game, Bengals on top. The All-State halftime comes your way next.
Let's go, bud. Hurry up. Come on. I'm a baseball dad. Just because I didn't go pro doesn't mean my kid won't. Give me that.
No pressure, kid. Just everyone watching.
Coach says it doesn't matter if you win or lose the game, but that's what losers say. You got to swivel those hips, right? And you got to swing. Or! And if you don't have the right insurance, you can be paying for this yourself. So get Allstate, save money, and be protected from mayhem. Yeah, like me.
This is the All-State Halftime.
Welcome to the All-State Halftime alongside Ryan Clark, Jason Kelsey, Marcus Spears, Scott Van Pelt with you. Have a night, Mitchell Tinsley. Those are
oh my God.
Those are Sunday catches on a Monday night in the preseason. That's great. Good for him.
Yep.
Happy to see a young man make the most of the opportunity. Swag, on the other hand, was not thrilled to see Joe Burrow running in circles, putting himself in harm's way. What do you got for me, Swag?
Hey, Joe. No. Brother, listen, okay, I get it. The starts of the season, miss me with all of that foolishness. Number one is Joe got to be smarter than this.
Yeah.
That's number one. And then Zach Taylor, to that point, got to protect him. Look, man, you ain't going out there no more. After this would have happened, that was it. But then he goes in and gets hit again. This is the absolute worst possible scenario of your pseudo, I'm trying not to slow start during the season. I don't care what nobody say. Joe Burrow might go throw for 500 yards in the first game, which is highly likely with what he has. But this situation it's never been right to me. It's never been right. And for him to do that out there was totally disrespectful to me.
Is there any Swag would like a word. Is there a dissenting view on the set? I mean, do you guys feel like you get what Cincinnati's trying to do?
Yeah, I do. I absolutely get what they're trying to do. They're trying to say we're going to do something different. And I think Joe Burrow, as the leader, is saying that we're going to do something different. There were camps that he's missed with injuries. There's been slow starts because people were waiting on contracts to be done. Joe Burrow is saying, as the leader, I'm going to step forward and be the guy to set the example that the preseason matters, that practice matters. But even as Swag says, though, he has to be smart about the way he goes about it, and I don't feel like he did that.
He shouldn't even be doing that in the regular season. Like, what are you doing running around in circles like this?
Think about that. He wouldn't do that.
He's pressing because he knows the sense of urgency is right now. And, I would have pulled him after the first one. Sometimes you got to save somebody from themselves.
Absolutely.
That's well put. Every training camp, there's a guy that becomes like sort of a sensation on the internet. This guy's doing this, this guy's doing that. For Washington, it's been Bill Krosky-Merritt. There's been a ton of talk about that. I asked his OC, Cliff Kingsbury, is this a guy for real? And he said, look, he's flashed every time we've given him an opportunity. We saw it again tonight. What do you see from this young man?
Yeah, I mean, first of all, both of the teams picked up right where they left off. Cincinnati still can't stop the run, but Washington looks pretty dang good. They sat Brian Robinson down. Bill Krosky-Merritt, 2 carries for 32 yards. Explosive.
I might have been able to pick up a first down.
Not a lot, dude. I mean, that was a pretty big hole.
This is a guy, though. He transferred schools, right? He didn't get to play a ton at Arizona, but they talked about him in the offseason as being a guy that flashed. And now you see him in this game. And Adam mentioned the fact that Brian Robinson didn't necessarily fit what they wanted to do from a shotgun run formation and situation, but it seems like this explosiveness works.
And Rodriguez ran well on the opportunities that he had as well. And you obviously know what Eckler can do in that backfield, as it appears Washington will transition from the man they know as B-Rob there in his 3 years out of Alabama. When we continue, that was news that Adam Schefter shared with us a little bit earlier. He will stop by with more on some quarterback situations in the league. That's next, right after this.
You're watching the All-State Halftime. All-State, you're in good hands.
Where some saw a pickle, we saw a masterpiece. A Sonic Smasher with Grillo's Pickles and Dilly Ranch, tangy pickle tots, and a Pickle Rita slush with pickle-flavored bubbles. It's called the Big Dill Meal, and it's a work of art.
Gatorade has the #1 proven electrolyte blend, designed to hydrate better than water. Made to rehydrate, replenish, and refuel, so you can lose more sweat and earn a place in history. Gatorade. Is it in you? Peekaboo.
Aren't you gonna miss the game?
No, I've got NFL Plus. It's on my phone.
Get live, local, and primetime games on mobile with NFL Plus. Keep the NFL in reach.
Welcome back to the All-State Halftime.
Couple of late touchdowns. Bengals up 28-14 at the half. Adam Schefter alongside preseason. The late games help bring the regular season into focus. With that in mind, a couple of quarterback developments on this Monday. What can you share beginning in L.A.?
Scott, the good news for the Rams was Matthew Stafford was back at practice today. 26 throws. It was his first practice of the summer. And doctors are optimistic that he will be ready for the Rams' regular season opener against the Houston Texans, who have a powerful pass rush. There is concern within the Rams organization. They're taking this day by day. But in the end, they do believe that the ultra-tough Stafford will be there. Meanwhile, the Cleveland Browns made a starting quarterback decision to the surprise of nobody. Joe Flacco wins the starting quarterback job. And that's really not the question. The question is, who is going to back up Joe Flacco on opening day when they play the Cincinnati Bengals? Will it be Dylan Gabriel? Will it be Shedeur Sanders? Will it be Kenny Pickett? But Joe Flacco won that job without ever taking a snap in a preseason game. And then there are 2 quarterback battles left in the NFL. The Indianapolis Colts and Shane Steichen, their head coach, say they want to make a decision soon between Anthony Richardson and Daniel Jones. We'll see what direction they go. And the New Orleans Saints have Spencer Rattler right now vying for that starting job with Tyler Shuck.
And we expect to know this week in both those situations?
Colts, yes. Saints not far away.
All right. Adam Schefter, always the man to follow with the information when it breaks. You know where to find all that. And look what we find on SportsCenter. Welcome back, Rich Eisen, hosting SportsCenter for the first time since 2003. All the highlights from all the action. Mina Kimes joins Rich in studio about the seasons that are ahead for Cincinnati and Washington. And Rich picks a special top 10 from the NFL since he last hosted SportsCenter. So he's got 20 years to parse through. That'll be spectacular. Welcome back, Rich Eisen. Like you never left. That's all on the way after the second half from just outside the nation's capital. Bengals doubling up Washington. Enjoy. We'll see you soon.
Thank you for watching the All-State Halftime.
His family and yours were with Tara during the holidays when she misses home the most. Thanks to Tara's supporters were with all service members and their families who need connection, comfort, all the way from home. Are you with them? Learn more at yoursold.org today.